Hello, I'm Kenna. I'm here with Andy Peters of 9th Division. What gave you the inspiration for creating your company?
Good question. I'd always wanted to run my own business. I always wanted to start a company. And actually, I'd been running businesses since I was about 8, little ones. Anything from mowing yards around the neighborhood to lemonade stands. I was really good at marketing and really good at creative new ideas for getting more money so I could go do something cool when I was still in grade school. And that, of course, turned into when I was 16. I started a consulting company to do networking and website development. A couple other things on the way. When I was in college, that's how I kind of paid my way, is through a lot of that kind of consulting stuff. I had corporate gigs, corporate jobs. Actually worked at Union Pacific for a long time and worked at a company called Intuit. They did TurboTax and QuickBooks. So from I guess when I was 16 all the way up until I was about 28, 27, when I finally started 9th Division, I knew that was the path that I always wanted to go.
What's the process you have to go through for creating an app?
Ooh, an app for the iPhone. So that's a really good question. So there's a couple things you need to do, and we tell this to everybody we work with as well as ourselves when we write our own apps. First thing is you got to have an idea, and you got to be passionate about the idea. So whether it's a game, whether it's a simple little app, or something really, really complex, you got to be really passionate about it. So you got to know that this is something you want to see from beginning to end. So from there, what we do is we do a lot of whiteboarding, a lot of discussions with everybody. We get on a whiteboard and draw a bunch of fake screens and try to flow it all out. Like, this is screen 1, this is screen 2, this is screen 3. And how all those screens could work and interact with each other. Some of it's technical, some of it's more design, like the way it looks and the way it feels. And so from that point, we do all the coding. And in the meantime of coding, we usually work with the person. So if this is your idea, we work with you as often as we can to say, hey, this is the progress. What do you think? Are we going in the right direction? The reason that's important is so that way we can make changes along the way, instead of spending 6 months and saying, here's your app, and you being like, I hate it. So that way we can make awesome changes the whole way. It's a very creative process, so we want to work with people who are very creative themselves. And so after development, we make sure we do all the polishing, we make it a little bit faster, we speed up little areas that would help the user do something better than before that maybe we missed. And make sure it works on all the devices, the iPhone, the iPad, everything that's supposed to work on, Android devices as well. And at that point, it's a little bit different for every type of device, but for the iPhone and for the iPad, we kind of bundle it all up and send it digitally to Apple. And then they review the application and say, this looks good, it doesn't crash, it works the way you said it will. Then it's available on the App Store for anybody in the world to buy or to download for free, however you want to set it up. The Android store is a little bit different. You just build it and put it up there and it's available.
If I wanted a career in this field, what should I be doing now?
Couple things. First, there are a number of apps on the App Store that are built by high school kids and middle schoolers. Most of those kids are self-taught. They just basically learn the documentation and how to build an app, built an app and put it on the store. And a lot of those kids are actually making some money on it. There's plenty of articles on the internet about that, actually. But for somebody out there that is really looking to get into that, I would say, first, you got one of two things. You got to tap into your creative gene, something that, whether it be with design, graphics, anything like that. But you also really got to know the code. You got to know that code. So what you see a lot of companies, even small little companies, usually you get somebody who knows business, marketing, maybe some design, and then they get a programmer. They go together, they make an app, whether it be for the web or for the App Store, and they kind of have a new business. So that rule of thumb applies directly to somebody in high school too, or in college, or in middle school. And I would say whether you're 15 or 35 or 65, if you can read a book, you can be an app developer and understand computers.
Thank you for your time, Andy, and thank you for watching.
Thank you.